Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live. I am working on these pieces here. So I made the anklet first, and then I made a bracelet, and now I'm working on the choker. So, yeah. And I'm just giving some inspiration. So what did I do? I cut a piece of denim. So this came from a pair of jeans, and I just cut a piece, and I had to sew a seam down the back, okay, to bring it longer, because it's going to go around my neck or around the neck like so, and it's going to get jeweled out or glass beads and pearls on it like these pieces do have. Okay, so that's what it's going to be. So it's going to be actually a four piece, because I'm going to do some earrings to go with it as well, but not in this little sitting. So again, this is going to be a choker that is going to go around a 16-inch neck. So most people, a lot of people got that width or circumference, should I say, yeah, circumference of a neck. So yeah. And again, I make pieces that are not for myself, even though you'll see me wear them. I'm just a model. I just wear this stuff because I can. And I need to show the people that this is available and, get the juices going. People don't be knowing how cute things are until they see it on someone else. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's so cute. Type stuff. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. And that's why you're focusing basically on the bottom part of this situation. I know nobody's in here right now, which is great. It's fine. Cat, please don't knock this over. So I'm working with the Cowrie shell. I got some gold ones. I think I might do something with the gold ones. Now those are plastic. I really do like the natural ones, but I think I'm gonna do a design or some sorts with the gold ones I got, because I got gold thread and everything. So I think it's gonna work out just fine. What did it say? Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guide. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm using a embroiderer thread. This polyester. Yeah, this is embroidery bobbin thread. Basically, is what I'm using. You can use any type of thread you like. I also use fishing line as well. I did start out using the fishing line and everything, but then I went to this embroidering thread because that the fishing line is so stiff and whatnot, and I needed a little bit of flexibility type deal, and plus I didn't wish for it to stick through and scratch the skin or anything like that. At least with this thread here, I know that that's not going to be the case. It's very soft. And it's a polyester blend, or a polyester, not a blend, but a polyester. And they call and it says it's the bobbin thread. So if you're doing embroidery, you have your regular cotton thread or whatever your decorative thread is going to be on top, and this would be the thread underneath it. If you looked at anything embroidered, then 9 times out of 10 behind it is white, and that's because it has that kind of thread. So now I got in one line already done, and I'm working on the next one. So yeah. This is going to be so fun. Just to give y'all a quick update, because I see there's some people in here. So again, this is the bracelet. Oh no, this is the anklet. And this is the bracelet. And I put snaps on it. And it got pearls. And it has glass beads. And yeah, so I thought this was a very cute look and everything. So that's what I'm working on. So this is the anklet, and it also has snaps. And this choker is going to have snaps as well. So, and like I said, I just recycled some fabric that I had, a pair of old jeans. These Cowrie shells came off of a like a wind chime type planter type decorative things for the porch. So that's why with this one here, the beads or the shells on this one got a little bit of rust spots on it, but I don't mind it. You know why I don't mind it? Because it gives to the rustic, the natural type situation. So I don't know if y'all can really see those on here. My lighting isn't the best right now in the space that I'm in. But this is really, really great. I'm enjoying the fact that I got up early, or should I say I got up late last night. I don't know how to look at it. But I'm up, and I probably should be getting ready to go to sleep. But I haven't been live in quite some time. And this is just me showing you all that you can use just basic stuff you got around the house. Because with the, see, this isn't the first set that I did. The first set I did, I used these beads right here, and I made this real chunky bracelet and everything, and I like the way that looked. So then I came across this little tubby. See, we got little bead containers all over the place, and I like what was in there. So it was basically pearls and the what's the word that I would like to use, where it goes to different colors. What's the word? Not metallic, but iridescent. So that's the bead, the glass jewel beads. The glass beads that's on here are iridescent. So they got a lot of different colors and whatnot. So yeah. And then the wooden beads is something that I harvested from something else and everything. When you in thrift stores and stuff like that, and when you see stuff, you should always go ahead, and especially when it comes to like beading stuff, because buying the little containers of beads and things like that, it can be costly to get something this tiny. And yeah, nah, me personally, I rather go to a thrift store and find something, like especially if you know that you do work with a lot of beads and whatever, go to a place that you can go find those things, you yard sales, things like that. I like finding those. I don't know if people are old enough to remember, but there used to be these beaded room dividers with the long beads and everything like that. Those are great finds as well, because you got a lot of beads. And I like working with wood. I like to work with a lot of natural materials and everything. So finding those finds like that is always a great idea. And it's a great investment and everything like that, because you can use them for a lot of stuff. Now, I can continue on doing what I'm doing with this, and this is the thing. I could put this on the front of a shirt because I made on what I got on. You know, this could be like the what is this thing? The placard. So this could be a placard if I had desired it to be so. But like I said, it is going to go around the neck. Okay, it's going to be jeweled out, so forth and so on, such as that. So it'll look similar to what this is right here. Okay? Yeah, that part. So yeah. All right, back to it. Threading my needle. I don't see anybody in the comments. Oh, I got 3 little thumbs up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. I got one person in here. Cool beans, cool beans. Glad that you stopped past. Up, there's another 5. There's a 4. Okay, thank y'all. You know, so like I said, I don't come onto my live often enough, but I am so grateful to have it, because over here I can do my crafts here. You know, the caning with the clay, the beading, the sewing. I can actually do all that here on my live. I like that. I do like having that capacity. And recently, I almost lost all of it. Google was saying that for some reason they felt like I wasn't old enough to actually have my Google account that I've had for over a decade. That type of thing. So it was a thing. I was prepared to lose everything. You know, all the emails that I had kept in my archives, and also this channel. I didn't wish to lose it because the great people of TT was able to come over and get me over the 50 subscriber mark. So if you're here for the first time, um, consider subscribing. You know, you can always find, you know, the things that I've done new on the channel. Even though I don't post often, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I'll post every, you know, every couple of days or something like that. I don't. I don't. I do a lot of stuff in my life. And this channel is just giving me opportunity to be able to get on here and show people how to do things, think outside the box, and reduce, reuse, recycle goods and things like that. Style things. Yeah, we talk about holistic life basically. So I can cover many, many subjects on this particular channel. I don't know anything about branding and all these types of things. You know, I'm just here being myself and whatnot. I did just start a Shopify page or whatever that's called. I'm working on that one. It's not actually open to the public yet. You would have to have my passcode to get in there to check out what we got going on over there and everything. So I'm still trying to work that part out. Because I'm a big trade and barter type of person. I would prefer to trade and barter. So this is coming out really, really well. You know, I'm going to spend mostly this morning pretty much just getting the rest of these shells on here. And then I'm going to call it a morning for myself because I have to rest. I need to rest. I got powwow in a couple hours. So yeah, we got to go to the powwow, which we do every Saturday from 11 to 1. And then I also have my uncle's head that I'm going to be doing as far as his locks. Yeah, his locks. So, what's going on here? Oh, there's one person. Greetings. All right, so what's going on? Is there a chat area? Let's see, what's that? Eyes, flip, mute, hide, remove, create highlights. I don't know what all that means. But I'm going to come back down. And I guess it doesn't matter. What's that camera? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm learning this stuff. I said I don't usually use my thing all like that, so use my channel all like that. Even though I'm glad I got one, just in case I do decide to get it real organized. But yeah, so I'm just like I said, just taking and applying these shells to this fabric, which is going to get jeweled out like this bracelet has been done and this anklet. I will be also using this same technique to make a pair of earrings to match all of this, and it will be a complete set. Mm-hmm. I even thought about making this one of those type of bracelets that it would connect onto the ring type situation, but I said no, I'm gonna just slow down. Slow down. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just using a basic needle to do this as well. You know, and this needle's small enough for me to use the size beads that I'm going to be using, as well as the hole inside of the pearls that I will be using. And that's always a good idea. So I got several needles for this project, just in case I needed something more slender than the needle that I'm using right now, because sometimes these glass beads holes can be not as uniform as you would like. Now I have a beater, and if I was using like long strands of beads to do this work, but I'm not. I'm only putting maybe 6 or 7 beads on my needle at a time, and then go on and move like that. So after I get these Cowrie shells on, the next step will be putting the pearls in place. So dot the pearls all around the piece so I can know where they're going to sit at. And then the glass beads are going to be more or less wrapped around that design, basically. Oops. So yeah, this is just, you know, one of those things where, and it doesn't even, you know, I like being able to work with my hands. But outside of being able to work with my hands, I love being able to work with my mind, bringing my thoughts, whatever I was thinking, to life. Because the very first one, like I said, doesn't even look like this one. It was made out of these beads right here with the Cowrie shell as the base. But these were the beads, and you see there are many colors and different sizes and stuff like that, like from really big to, bulbous and, stuff like that. So that's what I use on the other one. I'm trying to see if there's one of them diamonds, some big diamonds in here. I think I used it all on that one. Yeah. So these type of beads I did for the very, very first one. And now I'm just using this particular pattern and color. So that's what I'm going with. Okay. Yeah. And I think it's going to go with a lot of different, because with the iridescent glass beads, keeping it on a denim, using wood, all these things are components to, you can wear this with a lot of different things. And you don't have to wear the sets, together. You can wear the anklet, with a cute little sundress and some flip-flops, or some thong flip-flops. Or you could wear the bracelet, with the matching earrings, that type of situation. There's just a lot you could do. I don't make the pieces that have to be taken all together. I don't like to see things broken up. But again, each one was made individually. They may match or go together, but they don't have to be, they don't have to find the same forever home. I'll say it like that. Because I don't wish people think I'm selling anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm making things, and I like to trade and barter, and I would love for all the things that I create to find forever homes, basically. But if they wish to trade with the fiat note, then I guess that's what I would have to go with. You know, stuff like that. All right. Gotta get some more Cowrie. I'm running out of Cowrie over here. So, I don't know. Do I have a chat? I guess I don't have a chat. I don't mind questions. Let's see what that say. Is this chat? Chat filter, top mask, community. What is it saying? Chat filter, top mask. I don't know. Is there a chat? Top mask, all messages show every message, including potential spam. Show messages with potential spam removed. Okay. All right. Well, I guess the chat is on. To live chat, remember. Okay. Well, I guess it is on. What's that? Start a poll. I don't know. Anyway, so back down here. So again. And you know what? I don't really watch lives on YouTube. I watch lives on other platforms, actually. I didn't even consider the lives that, that you can watch people's stuff in real time. I look at the live as an opportunity for me to be able to record, because, this app is recording it right now, and then it's going to upload it for me, and I don't have to keep it in my internal space on my own device. That's what I like about it. I don't even consider, the fact that it's live, and that's why I'm like looking like, oh, is there a chat ability? I'm so used to the other apps that you deal with, and you can talk with people. You can actually bring them up and stuff like that, and y'all can chit chat that way. I don't know if this platform provides that or not. It may do, and I just don't know about it. Look like I'm coming to the end of this, which is great. I got a couple of these already done too, in different designs and everything. Because as an Origine woman, I like making things for us. And I know when most people see me in public, the first thing their first go-to is, oh, you're an African. No, I'm an Origine American. Alamaraki. I just say Origine of the land. that type of thing. And everything that you see me in, I've created myself. So yes, it's original gear. It's original garments like this two dress I got on, which is actually a skirt, but I can wear it as a dress. It's another thing about me. I do make things that you can wear multiple kinds of ways. It doesn't have to be in just one particular way. You can wear it, like this is it's a skirt, but it's long enough to be a two dress as well. And I love two dresses. I'm gonna always talk about two dresses. But anyway, I'm getting to the end of, well, not really. I got to get some more beads. This part of it, and I may start the jeweling while I'm on this live. The stones, doing the stones or putting the pearls on. Because I think I got enough up here in the container that I'm getting them out of. Because actually, that's a container that my mom put together, and she transcended in 2020, so 5 years ago, and I'm just now touching that container that has that had the going the wrong direction. Let me turn this around. Gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And that's something else, when you're working with your materials and everything. Gotta have patience. Definitely gotta have patience. Because I know for a fact if I go too fast trying to turn this around, I could actually cut the threads, which will kind of unravel just about all my work. And that would be a hurt piece. And you know what? Probably nobody would even notice that I got that going two different ways. So I ain't even gonna stress myself. See how easy that was? Life is easy when you don't try to stress over every little thing. It is so easy. Just keep on going, doing what you're doing. You know, um, again, it is one of a kind. You're always welcome to make what I've created. I don't have no issues with that. Ain't no copyright here. Ain't nothing new under the sun type deal. We're all here to share our ideas and creativity with one another. But yeah, if I ever decide to have a regular schedule and then I get do the paid subscriber type thing, where y'all can get classes and we might do the get-togethers and do the whole create things. I'll give you a craft list that you would need, or a list that's going to be able to help you make whatever it is that I'm making. Okay, so there. So all I need is eels. 1, 2, 3, 4 more shells. And I got but 2 over here. So I need some more shells. Is this the size? Yes, it is. So I need how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more shells. Yes, this is a bag of shells. Baggy. I'm running out of shells. So I gotta get out here in these thrift stores and find me another shelled situation. I didn't put my needle down, y'all. And I don't know where I laid it at. Okay, there it goes. See, I'm quick to stick it in my... That's not good practice. Do not stick it in your bed because you're going to mess around. For the little people that might catch this video, always work in a safe environment. Use safety first in whatever you do. So yeah, sticking it on my bed like that is not a good idea. Oh, this just broke. That's a first. Something come to mind with my cousin Donna when we was younger, and we were up that day making baby doll clothes with needles and threads. And that night, it was time to go to bed, and she yells out. She had a big old needle stuck in her thigh. She had stuck her needle in her bed. and forgot. And she found out right away where it went to. And over the years, that's something I generally, I mean, because I'm in here by myself, I can do that. And I would generally not get up from my spot until I get my needle. But I'm also working with like this plate type deal. So I always lay my stuff on there, but I have this habit of sticking it into the bed or sticking it, or I'll put it on myself like so. And that way I know where it's at. But I'm used to doing that. If you're new to sewing or whatever, then I would say use your pin cushion or whatever. Make sure you put your needle always back in the pin cushion or even back into the case that the needles come out of. Yes, needles come in a case. So I'm going to go back over my last stitching on this bead here just to make everything conform. And when you do sew something down, you should stitch it through at least two times, if not 3 or 4 times. That way, you know that the piece is going to be secure all the way through. You don't have to worry about it breaking off along the way. Um, and see, that's a really hurt piece, especially if you're gifting these, if you're making these as gifts and things like that. You don't wish for your gift to fall apart in time. Now over wear and tear, all things break down. So that happens. But something like this, because it's going to be, let's see, where's the other one at? So, okay, the stitching that I'm doing is all on the back of this. And then, of course, I took another scrap piece of fabric and I put it on the black. I went with black because of the fact that, the sweating and stuff like that. Now, this is the anklet. I mean, I could put it on my wrist. Now, if you got a bigger wrist than that, then this will fit on your wrist as well. But I went with black so it covers, okay? And you can't see the stitches and everything. And using the denim and using these snaps, it did work out. At first, I was having a hard time getting the snaps in. I think this time while I um, while I make this, I'm not going to do like I did these two. I did the glass beads around them first, and then I applied the snaps. I think I'm going to apply the snaps first, then come back and do the stone or the glass beads around it because yeah, messing around and trying to get those snaps in place, you can mess around and put yourself in a bad situation because you can crush one of those pieces of glass, and when you do that, guess what? That glass fly everywhere, and that could be a problem, especially if you don't have on goggles while you're doing this. And most people are not wearing, eye protection when they're doing needle and thread craft type situation. But sometimes that's a part of the safety measures, though. I will say that. All right, it looked like I done knotted myself up. So now I got to get rid of this whole line of thread, and I really despise having to do that because I knotted myself up, and I don't think this is going to let me go all the way through the fabric. Yeah, so I got to get rid of this. I don't like wasting any materials. I really don't. Even thread, I'm not one for doing that. But if you got to, you got to, right? All right. Third time should be the charm, or maybe it's telling me I'm getting tired and I need to stop. Well, again, on this channel, like I said, I come here and I'll make stuff on the channel. I do post a lot of shorts and things like that. And then I will also post some videos from me making videos. Because that's what I did. I had took a quick video of me sitting here stitching. And I was like, you know what? I have the ability to go live. Because almost losing it, I'm like, you better use it. Because that's what the most I was showing you before. If you don't use it, you can lose it. And how about that? Alright, so again, like I just did before, I'm going back through the same Cowrie shell. Just bringing it into cohesion with the next stitching. I'm going to be putting in, the wood bead. Yeah. And I just came back across these little wood beads. I've had these for years, and I'm just now getting back to them. I still have to go through the estate goodness. We have so much stuff and everything, but all of it is for the use of creation. You know, that type of stuff. I didn't even throw out her garments because, one, I can either recycle them, upcycle, that's what the word the young folks are saying today, upcycle them, or they're just good fabric. You know, it's really good fabric, and I can create things. I have made my youngest son sweaters and turtlenecks out of some of her garments, things like that. I've made him a complete outfit out of a pair of pants. You know, this is when he was a little younger though, but nonetheless, that's what I'm saying. You know, you can use the things that surround you to create. You don't have to go out to the store every single time. If you got a pair of scissors, you know, a needle, a thread, the thread ain't got to be the same color or whatever you're working on. You just get your creative juices going, basically, is what I'm saying. You know, just get them going. And we all have a level of creativity. We really, really do. You know, you were created by a creator, so that means that's one of your attributes as a creator. You're a creator. You know, you don't have to have the, you know, skill sets of the next person, but you do have a creative skill set, you know, that is useful for the rest of us in the world, basically. Yeah. And, this has been really, really fun, y'all. It really has been. And I would say leave something in the comments, but I don't see a comment thing or whatever type thing. Or maybe there is a comment. I don't know. But if you've enjoyed watching, if it's inspired you to create, you know, and you could do this technique. It ain't got to be with the card shell. You could do like big beads. Because while I'm doing this one, I got something in mind. I had seen these real pretty spotted beads down there. I think would make a great design for some type of choker like this. I like them wide like that, a wide collar, if you will. Like this is wide, you know, more like a cuff. But it's not really a cuff because cuffs have the opening. I make cuffs as well. Um, 3547. Boo 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 boo. Alright. So I'm coming towards the end of this portion of it. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the beading part, I think. I think I probably will let it go. Go ahead and rest up for powwow. Yes. Okay. But in reality, I can actually leave it as is, add a backing to it, some snaps, and it will be a done piece as a collar would go. But we're not going to do that. We're going to jewel it out like I said, and just look forward to seeing some finished product, basically, when I get the opportunity. Now I got to remember to upload this. Because sometimes I'll jump off here and I didn't upload the live, which the whole purpose of me coming here so I can do just that. And not having to use my space inside my device. I'm still learning, trying to figure out how to get stuff sent to the SD card and not to my internal storage. It said go to settings and start it that way. I did. It's still throw everything in the internal storage. I don't know why I keep flipping this around. It's just weird. I hope I ain't confusing anybody by doing that. You know, but yeah. I do love me the Cowrie show. I love these. I am such a fan of the Cowrie. Oh, working it down to the last bits. Last bits, last bits, last bits. Ta-da-da-da-da. Okay. This has really come a long, 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 long way. Yes, indeed. And to think, I had started finishing this tonight, or this. I see. I don't even have night day to deal with. Day is daylight, and night is dark time. That's it. I just, yeah. I'm just nah. Okay, so maybe I need a bigger one here. Something that'll stretch a little longer. Or maybe I just need to do a smaller one there. Oh, these is big. We're just going to use this one. Yep, this is what we want to do. And that's why I keep switching it around. Which is not necessary, but apparently I'm doing it because it's making it make sense to me. Cat, you visiting me? You keeping me company, cat? Yeah, see. You need to go in there and find that mouse you left in that boy's room. He's got it in there stinking. It means he needs to clean up his room. So I got me so we have a stray cat who have adopted us. My youngest call him Smoke, and I call him Lucky. He's an all-black cat, which a good sister of mine years and years and years ago said that I was going to have a cat one day. And then she said it was going to be a black cat. Now guess what? I don't have a black cat. I have a Maine Coon cat. However, Lucky is an all-black cat. And he's an outside cat. He's mangy and he's flea-ridden and all that kind of stuff. And my Hortense, my Miss Killer Stinky Bottom McFadden's, we call her Hortense for short, is not an outside cat. She doesn't really care for outside too much. They said that I could walk my cat. Hortense don't go nowhere with me. She barely follow me around the house. Anyway, but Lucky, yes he did. I went harvesting for mullein the other day, and he came with me. Yes he did. And he was just full of spry and glee. And I felt good, having him walk with me. I really did. I appreciated his presence. Lucky. Now, this is the thing, though. I only feed him once a day because he is an outside cat and he's an animal and he needs, I'm not trying to interrupt his real, his situation and everything. But I do give him, the kibble that she gets. But see, she's actually here because she's a working cat. She's supposed to be working for us, not, she's not a pet. She actually works here. All right, so this last part right here, I'm going to make it level off. So I need a shell that's going to be small enough to fit in that space and line up with the other ones. So I got several different sizes of shells here that I can be able to put into that space. That's going to not go past here. That one works perfect. And we'll line it up and go from there. Yeah, that part. Ooh, okay. So now, and this is the thing. See, things like this take time to make. And people don't wish to pay for your time, but they like to get your time at no cost. But as soon as you say you gotta put something on it, then now that all of a sudden, you know what they say, monetize. I'm trying to monetize my time. You're like, how? You ain't even got to monetize Instagram or monetize YouTube or monetize TikTok. I don't. You know, I really don't, but I really do. I just heard the post saying, you know, you need to monetize your time, and that's true. You know, that is a truism. Time is your most precious commodity, you know, next to air. You know, your commodity is your time. And yes, you should be compensated for that. You have to invest in taking some of your time to do things for others. But then again, what do I know? I'm not monetizing my time yet. Yet. Anyway, so it looks like I have been able to get to the end of this portion of the choker. Yeah, the choker. I'm trying to knot off right now if you're wondering what I'm doing. Trying to get it knotted off. Because again, don't wish to get all this work done and mess around and it comes apart. Which in all reality, it really ain't going to come apart. Because it's going to be underneath the other fabric and everything. So there. And then you cut your tail long enough, you ain't got to worry about that. Pink. Do it like so. So now, this part is done. I can give you a quick preview of it as a choker, like I would generally make, like so. So like I said, it's going to be done like this bracelet is done. Okay, so pretty much all around it, there's going to be pearls put in place. Where's the other one? There's going to be pearls put in place, as well as trichomes, beads, as well as glass, iridescent glass beads. So that's what's going on all of this. And like I said, it is a choker style. I think it's a cute look. And like I said, I have a couple of these chokers done already anyway. But these ones going to be, like I said, this one's going to be jeweled up. So this was fun. Hopefully I gave you some idea what you could do with some just regular piece of fabric. This is denim that I'm using from an old pair of jeans. Some Cowrie shells that I got off of a decorative porch thing that I did have on the porch for a number of years. And I decided to take it apart because I needed the shells. And the wood, I got the wood from something that I recycled as well. So remember that you can get all your goods from... do I need that? I don't need that light anymore. Anyway, because it's daybreak. Anyway, so now, like I said, so we got this part done. And I look forward to getting all the jewels, or I keep saying jewels, get all the glass beads on here and everything. Um, Also, I'm thinking about not, like I said, I'm gonna put the snaps on beforehand. Then that way I can jewel it up and not have the hard time that I had when putting the jewels, putting the snaps on in here. Now it's not as tight on that end, on this end, because I had to learn my lesson from this one. See how they're up under the jewel, you know, and I did that while these stones was on here. That was over there, but this one had to be up underneath all that. So now that I know that that's a possibility, I figure I'll go ahead, I'll put the snaps in first, then I will go ahead and sew this up. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be cool. So, like I said, I will be making content with the finished product. Hopefully, you enjoy the rest of your experience, day, night, whatever time you see this. And yeah, wholeness. Oh, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I forgot to say that. Need to say that because you're supposed to say that. Like, share, and subscribe.